Good evening once again. Our top story here at 6 tonight, the COVID-19 concerns for Western New York. The region remains a hotspot for coronavirus infections compared with the rest of the state. And the big question tonight is why? Here are the latest numbers. You can see that 7-day positivity rate for Western New York right now is staying flat, but still it's the highest in the state, sitting just below 5%. The governor says that the state is now researching the data to try and determine why the numbers are so much higher here. And as 7 Eyewitness News senior reporter EILEEN Buckley tells us tonight, it could be a triple threat of reopening, new COVID variants here, and spring break.
We don't believe there's anything that accounts for that other than the variation in human behavior.
Governor Cuomo says Western New York's COVID infection rate is worrisome. It remains the highest in the state, nearing 5%, at a time when numbers in other parts of the state are at or near record lows. The positivity rate in the nearby southern tier has dropped to 0.86%.
We now have more patients in the hospital than we did even at the peak in the spring.
Dr. Peter WINKELSTEIN of UB's Jacobs School of Medicine says the Western New York region has actually exceeded the peak of the spring of 2020.
Why is Western New York seeing such a high rate than anywhere else in New York State?
The short answer is we're not sure.
Dr. WINKELSTEIN says it's clearly a combination of three things: reopening, new COVID variants, and the recent spring break.
It's very difficult from the data to kind of tease that out and say how much of it is due to spring break, how much is due to the variant, how much is due to reopening. There's no easy way to do that.
The governor says the state will review why the rates are so high here in Western New York, but so far they're not considering any new restrictions for the region.
We're not contemplating additional restrictions, but we do have to get it under control. We do. Otherwise, we will have a problem.
The governor says COVID is still a risk and a threat.
It's definitely scary. It's scary to want to go out and do things.
GORCZYCA of Buffalo is a mom of 2 young children. She says she believes there is still so much we don't know about COVID and is worried as people are getting vaccinated, they're also letting down their guard.
I definitely think people think with the vaccine that they can be a little bit more lenient.
In Buffalo, EILEEN Buckley, 7 Eyewitness News.